Today in our 2013 Toyota Sienna, we'll be having a look at and installing the EcoHitch Hidden Trailer Hitch Receiver, Class 3, 2 inches, part number 306-X7255. Here's what our hitch looks like installed. Now there are two things that set this hitch apart from other ones on the market. The first one being is that the main frame of our hitch is completely hidden behind our rear fascia. The only part you'll see hanging down is the receiver opening itself right here. The other thing that sets this apart from other hitches is that this hitch is ecologically friendly, being made of recycled materials with an alloy construction guaranteed to last a very long time and provide a positive impact on the environment. On the side of our receiver, you'll find our industry standard 5/8 of an inch diameter hitch pin hole to secure any of our hitch mounted accessories. Welded onto the bottom of our receiver, we have a plate style safety chain loop to hook on our safety chains from our trailer. These have a decent sized opening, so we shouldn't have much problems at all hooking on most safety chains. Welded on the back of our hitch, we have this reinforcement collar, which helps reinforce the end of the receiver, making it a little bit stronger, and it also gives a nice finished look to our hitch. This hitch features a 525-pound max tongue weight rating, which is the amount forcing down, and a 3,500-pound max gross trailer weight rating, which is the amount it can pull. It does not support the use of weight distribution, so keep that in mind if you're planning on towing a small camper with weight distribution. You won't be able to utilize that with this hitch. Now for a few measurements to better assist you in choosing any hitch-mounted accessory you may need, such as a ball mount, bike rack, or a cargo carrier. You're looking at about 11.5 inches from the ground to the top of the receiver opening and about 4 inches from the center of the hitch pin hole to the rearmost part of the back bumper. Now that we've gone over some features, we'll show you how to get it installed. All right, to begin our install, we need to remove this underbody panel here. We'll have 8 plastic fasteners like this one, and then 5 hex head, also Phillips screws. These are 10mm. We'll start by removing our plastic ones first. The way the plastic ones work is you can use a flathead screwdriver or a trim panel tool. Pop out the center section, and then the main section will come out as well. Okay, now in order to get this down all the way, we have 4 clips like this where you insert a flathead screwdriver and rotate while you pull down on the panel a little bit, and it will eventually release the clip. These are very long threaded plastic nuts, so you have to rotate quite a bit in order to get it to come down. Once we have all 4 of them off, the panel will come down. On our passenger side of the vehicle, where our tailpipe exits, we have a exhaust hanger. We'll spray some lubricant on it. Now we'll use a pry bar and we'll pry off the hanger. And that'll give us some room to maneuver our tailpipe around so we can get our fasteners in easier. Now on our frame rails, we have some rubber plugs that we can pull out, and some tape will just peel off. It's the same on both sides, so once you have one side done, just do the same on the other. Now if our weld nut's exposed, we'll take one of our bolts and run it in and out to make sure our threads are nice and clean. Even though they were covered in tape, we still want to double check this, just in case. Here's a tech tip for you. The instructions say, in order to install this hitch, you need to remove the entire fascia in order to gain access to get the hitch into place. However, if you bend down these 2 tabs here and here, you can avoid the process of removing the fascia, saving you time and potentially avoiding damage to the fascia. To do that, just take a pair of pliers, bend the tabs forward, Now our hitch is going to be held in place with 6 identical bolts. On each bolt, we'll have a lock washer and 2 flat washers. Now with an extra set of hands, we'll be able to raise our hitch up into place and secure it with our 6 bolts. Okay, so we'll slide it up and over the exhaust. And then behind our fascia by pulling back on it a little bit. Okay, now we'll use a 19mm socket and we'll snug down our bolts. Now we'll torque our hardware to the amount specified in the instructions for the 6 bolts that we used. Now we'll raise our exhaust back up. Now right where my fingers are resting, they're inside of a gap in our bumper beam. We'll take our hitch support bracket, we'll slide it up so it hooks in to that gap, and we will bolt our hitch to the bumper beam off that bracket. Now we'll take one of our small bolts, a lock washer, and a flat washer, and we'll run it through the hole in the bracket, through the hole in the hitch. And we'll place on a nut on the other side. Okay, we'll put the second bolt in on the top. Once we have both of these started, we'll repeat the same process for the bracket on the other side of the receiver. Now we'll use a 9/16 wrench and a 9/16 socket to tighten down those bolts. And now we'll torque those bolts to the amount specified in the instructions. Now we'll bend our tabs back up. Now our underbody panel here, we have 2 different options. We can trim it and put it back in place, but our customer requested today that we leave it off, so that's what we're going to do. And that completes our look at and installation of the EcoHitch hidden trailer hitch receiver. That's class 3 to 2-inch receiver, part number 306-X7255 on our 2013 Toyota Sienna.